He was sleeping in my lap. I was there, running my hand through his hair, feeling the weight of his head on my legs. It had been a Good Friday. We had pizza for dinner. We watched a silly movie. He complained about work. I listened, as I always do. We had argued on Tuesday, a silly fight about the electric bill. He yelled, I cried. Then he apologized, brought chocolate, said he loved me, that he was stressed, that I was the only good thing in his life. And I believed him. I always believe him. His phone vibrated. It was there next to me on the couch. The screen lit up. I looked without thinking, without malice. It was just a reflex. You know how it is. When someone's phone near you rings, you glance at it. It was a message from my sister. I want you tonight. I read it again, because it couldn't be true, because my sister messages him about work, about Mom's birthday, about family nonsense, never about wanting someone, never about wanting him. My stomach churned, just like that, all at once, like going down a really steep hill and feeling like you're going to fly. Except it wasn't pleasant. It was terrible. He kept sleeping, breathing slowly, peacefully, like someone who has nothing to hide, like someone who has never done anything wrong. I stood there, motionless, my hand still in his hair, feeling the warmth of his head on my leg, and thinking, my sister, the one who called me every day, who said I was lucky to have found a good man, who said that men like him were hard to find, that I should cherish him, the one who knew all our problems, because I told her, because she was my sister, my confidant, the person I trusted most in the world after him. When he cheated on me with other women, I suspected. I felt it. I got jealous. I looked for signs. I searched his phone. I asked questions. I fought. With her, it never crossed my mind. Never. The phone vibrated again. Another message from her. I'm waiting. This time it was different. It wasn't just the stomach. It was the chest. A physical pain. As if someone had reached inside me and squeezed everything. Heart, lung, everything. I took my hand out of his hair, slowly, trying not to wake him up, trying to buy time, trying to understand. They talked, scheduled meetings. She waited for him, and I was there, caressing, being a wife, being a sister, being a fool. I remembered all the times she came to our house, how she looked at him, how she laughed at his lame jokes, how she always asked when he would arrive, how she stayed late when he was around. I remembered last Christmas. She sat next to him at the table. I found it strange. She said they were talking about a movie. I believed her. I remembered her birthday. He said he had bought the present on his own, an expensive bracelet. I found it over the top. He said it was because she was family. I believed him. I always believe. I always believed. The phone buzzed for the third time. Are you coming or not? Now the message had irritation, impatience, like a girlfriend demanding, like a woman waiting, like she never spoke to me. With me, she was sweet, affectionate, concerned. How's the marriage? Does he treat you well? You look tired. Does he help out at home? Questions from a sister, from a friend, from someone who cares. Lies, all lies. He shifted, changed position. His head slipped a little on my lap. I held it, automatically, like I always do, caring, protecting the one who betrays me, with the one who betrays me. I looked at him sleeping, his face, his expression lines, the beard I trim, the mouth that kisses me, that kisses her. How many times? When did it start? Where do they meet? At her place? In a motel? Here? In our bed? The questions came one after another, like punches. Each one hurt more than the previous. Does she know his body like I do? Does he tell her the same things he tells me? Does he sleep on her lap afterwards? The worst part wasn't the betrayal. It was the double betrayal. The double lost love. the double void that was to remain. I was going to lose my husband and my sister, all at once, because of 3 words on a cell phone. I want you today. 3 words that destroyed 20 years of marriage, 35 years of sisterhood, a lifetime of trust. The phone went silent. She stopped texting. He stopped receiving. I still stayed there, holding the head of the man who was no longer mine, thinking about the sister who never was. I started to cry, slowly, without making any noise. The tears rolled down and fell on his face, salty drops of sadness wetting the one who made me cry. He didn't wake up, didn't even feel it. As always, I thought about waking him up, asking, confronting, fighting, shouting, making a scene. I thought about calling her, swearing, crying, asking why, begging to stop. I thought about putting the 2 of them together, throwing them out, sending them away, never seeing them again. But I did nothing. I stayed there, crying silently over the head of the one who betrayed me, holding tenderly the one who didn't deserve me, protecting the one who destroyed me, because that's what we do. Us, women, we love even when it hurts. We care even when we are hurt. We protect even when we are destroyed. It's stronger than us. I remembered our mother, how she held on to our father after his betrayals, how she cried in silence, how she pretended she didn't know, how she died pretending she had been happy. I remembered myself as a child, playing with my sister, sharing a room, sharing clothes, sharing secrets, promising we would always be friends, that nothing would separate us. Now she was sharing my husband, and I was sharing the pain with no one, because there was no one left. She was my best friend, my confidant, the person I turned to when he hurt me. Now he hurt me with her, and I had no one left. The clock on the wall showed almost midnight. He had been sleeping for 2 hours. She probably gave up waiting, or found someone else, or made plans for another day. I was still there, holding on, crying, deciding, because eventually we decide. Eventually we get tired. Eventually we stop protecting those who hurt us, stop loving those who don't love us, stop taking care of those who don't take care of us. It wasn't that night. That night I just cried, just held on, just suffered. But I planted the seed of the decision I was going to make, of the future I was going to build, of the woman I was going to become, without him, without her, just me. For the first time in my life, just me. And you know what hurts the most? It's not the betrayal. It's not the lie. It's not even the loss. It's discovering that you always knew. Deep down, you always knew. The signs were there. The glances, the conversations, the laughs, the strange intimacy between them. The way she knew things about him that I didn't know. How he knew things about her that I hadn't told. I knew, but I didn't want to know, because it was easier not to know, easier to believe, easier to pretend we were a happy family, that my marriage was working, that my sister loved me, easier to lie to myself than to face the truth. The truth is that I was always the third wheel in my own marriage, the less interesting sister, the less desired woman, the least important person. I always knew. I just didn't want to admit it. That message on the cell phone was not a discovery. It was a confirmation of what I already knew, of what I always knew, of what I never wanted to see. He stirred again. This time he woke up, opened his eyes slowly, looked at me, smiled. "I love," his voice, hoarse from sleep, affectionate, as always. "Hi." My voice came out different, a bit broken. He noticed. "Are you crying?" Concern, care, love, or acting, lying, guilt. "I'm watching a sad movie." My lie. To protect him. To protect the moment. To protect the farce that was our life. "What movie?" He sat down, looked me in the eyes, ran his hand over my face, dried my tears, the same hands that touched her. "A movie about sisters. Truth disguised as a lie." "Oh, He didn't ask anything else. Didn't want to know. As always. Got up, picked up the phone, checked the messages. I saw him see. I saw him read. I saw him think. I saw him decide to ignore. I'm going to take a shower. And he left. Left the phone. Left the messages. Left me there. With the truth. With the pain. With the decision I didn't have the courage to make yet. I grabbed his phone. Opened the conversation. Read everything. It wasn't just today. It was every day. Every month. Every year. Good morning, love. Miss you. When will we see each other? Does she suspect? Love you. Messages from lovers. People who have known each other for a long time. Who have intimacy. Who have a history. Our history. The history I thought was mine alone. Scrolled up. Looked for the beginning. Wanted to know when it started. Found it. 2 years ago. During the time we were trying to get pregnant. When I was taking hormones. When I cried every month when I got my period. When he consoled me. When he said everything would be all right. Meanwhile, he was consoling her in other ways. Other consolations. Other affections. Other loves. I closed the phone. Left it where it was. As if I hadn't seen anything. As if I didn't know anything. As if I were still the woman from 2 hours ago. But I wasn't anymore. Would never be again. I heard the shower running. Him singing. As he always sings in the shower. Happy, unconcerned, clean, ironic. Picked up my bag, my keys, my phone. Wrote a note. Had to go out. We'll be back later. Lie. I wasn't coming back. Not later. Not ever. I left the house. It was almost 1 a.m. The street was empty, silent, dark, like I felt inside. I got into the car. I started it. I began to drive, without a destination, without hurry, without return. I passed by her house. It was lit. Her car was in the garage, alone, waiting, or not. It didn't matter anymore. I drove to the beach. I parked. I got out. I sat on the sand. The sea was calm, almost without waves, as if it was tired of hitting the rocks, as if it had given up fighting. Like me. I stayed there until the sun rose, thinking, crying, deciding. When daybreak came, I knew what to do. I wasn't going to come back shouting. I wasn't going to make a scene. I wasn't going to break everything. I wasn't going to beg. I wasn't going to forgive. I was going to leave, just like that. I was going to leave and start over, far away, alone, whole. I picked up the phone. I called work. I asked for the vacation I was entitled to, 20 days. I called a real estate agency. I asked about small apartments for rent. I called the family lawyer. I scheduled an appointment. 3 calls, 3 decisions, a new life. I came back home in the morning. He was at the table, having coffee, worried. Where were you? I looked everywhere. Lie. He didn't look. Otherwise, he would have found me. Otherwise, he would have seen the car on the beach, the footprints in the sand, the woman who died and was reborn in one night. I went to drive, to think. Think about what? About life. What life? Mine. He didn't understand. As always, he didn't understand. As he never understood. You're acting strange. I'm different. Different how? More myself. He smiled. He thought it was a joke, that it would pass, that everything would go back to normal. It wouldn't. It never would. I spent the day packing my things, slowly, without hurry, choosing what to take, what to leave, what mattered. In the end, almost nothing mattered. Clothes, documents, family photos, some mementos. The rest could stay. With him, with her, with whoever wanted it. It was no longer mine. It never was. In the afternoon, she called. Hi, sister. Her voice, caring, worried, false. Hi. Are you okay? You seem strange. Strange. The same word he used. I'm fine. I have news to tell you. News. I bet you did. What news? I met someone. You met 2 years ago. You met in my house. You met in my bed. Really? Really? It's someone you know. I know very well. Who? I can't say yet, but you'll be surprised. Surprised? I already was. Why? Because you would never imagine. Oh, I would. Now I would. Tell me. Not yet, but soon you'll know. Soon. As if it were news. As if it were a surprise. As if I were stupid. All right. You seem down. Down. Such a small word for such a big pain. I'm tired. Of what? Of everything. Do you want to talk? Talk. With her. About him. About them. About how they ruined my life. No. Are you sure? I am. All right. But call me if you need anything. I'm always here for you. Lie. She was here for him. She always was. I hung up. Finished packing my stuff. He got home from work. Saw the suitcases. Are you going on a trip? I am. Where to? I don't know yet. What do you mean you don't know? I'll decide on the road. Road? What road? My road. He didn't understand. He thought I was coming back. That it was temporary. That it was drama. For how long? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? It could be forever. Now he understood. What's going on? Nothing. What do you mean nothing? You're leaving. I am. Why? Because I need to. Need what? Myself. You're right here. No, I'm not. I haven't been for a long time. He tried to hug me. I stepped away. Don't touch me. Why? Because now I know. Know what? Everything. His face changed. It went white. Scared. Guilty. I can explain. You don't need to. But I do. You don't understand. I understand everything. It's not what you think. It's exactly what I think. It was just once. It was twice. It was many times. It was 2 years. Silence. How do you know? I saw the messages. When? Yesterday. When you were sleeping on my lap. More silence. I love you. No. You love her. I love both of you. You can't love 2 people at the same time. Yes, you can. You can't betray someone you love. I didn't want it to happen. But it happened. It happened. But it doesn't mean anything. It means everything. No, it doesn't. It means you never truly loved me. I've always loved you. No. You used me. Had me. Kept me. But you never loved me. That's not true. It is true. Those who love don't betray. Those who love don't lie. Those who love don't hurt. I can change. Too late. It's never too late. For me, it is. I grabbed my bags, headed towards the door. Are you going to forgive me? I stopped, turned around, looked at him. I will. He smiled, relieved. But I'm not coming back. The smile faded. Forgiving doesn't mean forgetting. Forgiving doesn't mean accepting. Forgiving means freedom. My freedom. I left. Put the bags in the car. Started it. Drove away. He didn't run after me. He didn't shout my name. He didn't beg me to stay. He stood there at the door, watching me leave, as if he knew he deserved it, as if he knew he had no more right, as if he knew he had lost the only good thing he had in life. Too late. I drove aimlessly, stopped at a gas station, filled up the tank, bought water, cookies, chocolate, road food, food for a new beginning, took my phone, turned it off, removed the SIM card, threw it away. I didn't want to be found. I didn't want to be convinced. I didn't want to go back. I didn't want to be the woman I was. I wanted to be the woman I could be, far from them, far from everything, far from the pain, close to me. I drove until I was tired, stopped in a small town, looked for a hotel, rented a room. I took a shower, ate, slept. I woke up different, more whole, more me, less of them. I stayed in the town for a week, met people, places, possibilities. I decided to stay. I rented a small apartment. I got a job. I started over. From scratch. Alone. Complete. 2 months later, she found me. I don't know how. She showed up at my workplace door. Sister. I didn't respond. I need to talk to you. We have nothing to talk about. We do. No. About him. I don't want to know. He's not well. His problem. Our problem. There is no our anymore. There always will be. We're sisters. We were. We are. Blood of the same blood. Blood that betrayed me. She started to cry. I didn't want it to happen. But it did. It happened, but I'm sorry. Too late. It's never too late. For me, it is. You can forgive me. I can. Will you? I already have. So we can start over. No. Why? Because forgiving is not forgetting. Forgiving is not trusting. Forgiving is freedom. My freedom to move on without you. Without us, you are nothing. Without you, I am me. You are our family. I was. You always will be. No. Family doesn't betray. Family doesn't lie. Family doesn't hurt. We were wrong. You were wrong. Can you give us a chance? I already did. 20 years of chance for him. 35 years of chance for you. One last chance. You had the last chance and lost it. She stopped crying. Became angry. You're being selfish. I'm being myself. You're being cruel. I'm being fair. You're being proud. I'm being dignified. He loves you. No, he does. Someone who loves doesn't betray. He's sorry. Too late. You're harsh. I'm strong. You used to be sweeter. I used to be more naive. You've changed. I've improved. She left. Never came back. He never came. A year later, I found out they were living together. Officially. Openly. Happy. Or not. It didn't matter anymore. I was too. Happy. Alone, but happy. Complete, but happy. Free and happy. 2 years later, I met someone. Someone who saw me. Who listened to me. Who respected me. Someone who truly loved me. I got married again. This time for love. For true love. For love that doesn't betray. For love that doesn't lie. For love that doesn't hurt. 5 years later, she called me. I don't know how she got my number. Sister. Hi. How are you? Fine. I heard you got married. I did. Are you happy? Very. I got married too. I know. To him. I know. It didn't work out. I'm sorry. Are you really sorry? I am. I'm sorry that you destroyed a family. I'm sorry that you lost true love. I'm sorry that you deserve the unhappiness you built. You're being cruel. I'm being honest. I need you. No. I'm your sister. You were. I will always be. No. A sister is someone who protects, who cares, who loves. You were never my sister. You were always my competitor. That's not true. It is true. Since we were little, you always wanted what was mine. Toy, clothes, boyfriend, husband, life. I didn't want your life. You did, and you got it. Got what? You managed to destroy everything. You managed to take me away from there. You managed to be with him. You managed to have the life I had. And now I don't have it anymore. That's your problem. Our problem. There's no more our. I hung up. I changed my number. I never spoke to her again. I never spoke to him again. I never wanted to know again. I never needed to again. Today it's been 10 years. 10 years since that night. Since that message. Since that discovery. 10 years since I died and was reborn. 10 years since I learned that forgiving is not forgetting. That loving is not accepting everything. That family is not blood. It's a choice. And I chose to choose myself. I chose my peace, my dignity, my happiness. I chose a life without betrayal, without lies, without pain. Sometimes I wonder if I did the right thing, if I wasn't too harsh, if I couldn't have forgiven. Then I remember that message. I want you today. I remember the pain, the humiliation, the double betrayal. And I know I did the right thing, that I chose myself correctly, that I lived right. If you've been through this, if you've seen a message that destroyed your life, if you've discovered that the person you loved betrayed you with someone you trusted the most, know that it hurts. A lot. But it passes. And when it passes, you become stronger, more whole, more you. I know because I lived it, because I chose, because I survived, and you will too. If this moved you, the next video will move you even more. Click here and keep going with me.